Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am riding the Suzuki GSX-S750, and of course this bike looks really very nice but misses out on LEDs. There are no LEDs on this motorcycle other than the fact that the taillight gets LEDs. Now these are similar to the V-Storm 650 and kind of feels out of place on a sporty motorcycle like this. Chunky forks ABS written right here. It gets of course Nissan brake calipers along with pedal discs too. Now these alloys are forged wheels and of course they offer better stability, and these Bridgestone Battlelax tires, they are not the best. Now the exhaust is a 4x1, not a 4x2x1, a direct 4x1 exhaust which ends over there in the muffler. It kind of looks nice with this chrome treatment, and the rear tire is a 180 section. The front is actually a 120 section. The 180 section rear tire, again it gets forged wheels which looks really nice, and it also gets a forged aluminium swing arm again for better stability. The motorcycle looks very beefy, very nice, and of course the exposed engine tells you what is in store when you get riding this machine. It gets a proper belly pan which is body colored, that's the starter kit, and a lot of exposed bits on this naked motorcycle. GSX-S750 written right there, and the brake lever is adjustable but the clutch lever isn't adjustable. Split seat pillion won't be really comfortable on this motorcycle. The sari guard has been removed on a test motorcycle, of course. Now the rear is an LED, yes that is an LED, but the indicators are not an LED. You can see the tire size is massive on this motorcycle. The pegs are really nice quality as well. Meanwhile you can see the way the stang has been sculpted and everything feels so premium. In fact, this treatment of color is also very nice on this motorcycle. So in terms of premiumness, fit finish and build quality, Suzuki has nailed it. Like always, you can open the pillion seat, but this is of no use at all because all you can do is keep papers over there. So let me turn on the console right away. It does a full swipe up, and as you can see, there's a lot of information on offer. It's all digital console. You get a tachometer on the top. There's a clock here. This is a speedometer, the gear position indicator, traction control settings, and of course a temperature meter. Now you can obviously toggle through a lot of information by pressing this down button. It will tell you the range on offer, real-time fuel economy, as well as average fuel economy. Now if I change it into average B or rather trip B, then I can see more information for that particular trip. However, if I get into odometer or I get into the light mode, all I see is for the trip A. Meanwhile, I don't know why they've given this button here, because you can do the same function from here as well, from the buttons on the top. So it does the exact same thing below too. Okay, telltale lights are placed here. Now to change the traction control settings, press select, and then you can see you can decide how much traction control you want. You can turn it off, you can get into 1, you can get into 2, you can get into 3. 3 is like rain mode, meanwhile 2 is obviously road mode, and 1 is track mode, or rather turn it off if you're very confident with this motorcycle. Handlebar is very nice, and this is the pass light switch. This is the horn of this vehicle. This is for the indicator, and this is the hazard light button. Meanwhile this is the starter button, and of course this is the engine kill switch. So this Suzuki GSX S750 has a lot to offer in terms of performance. Inline-Four at the end of the day. The mirrors don't give a good view of what's behind, although I would have really appreciated it if the mirrors were a little wider for tall riders like me. But in terms of seat cushioning, yes, it is decent. It's not the best because yeah, you got it, this kind of goes into the tank, which is not the best. Anyways, riding position is a little front set, but honestly, let's get riding to talk more about the Suzuki GSX S750. Okay. This motorcycle is powered by 749cc inline-4 motor, and the performance is absolutely rocket ship, because obviously it has nothing in the low end. It has got absolutely nothing in the low end. It only wakes up past 6000 rpm, and once it wakes up past 6000 rpm, it pulls really very strong all the way to 11,500 rpm. So because of the poor low end, Suzuki has given it something known as low end assist. So what it exactly does is it helps in crawling in traffic. You know, you just have to operate the clutch. You don't have to get into the throttle as such, and it will just ensure that you're able to crawl ahead without much fuss. So that's there on this motorcycle. Although the clutch is painfully heavy and the performance is mind-numbing. Now there are a lot of vibes which creep in post 6000 rpm, and you can feel them near the red line as well. But overall, I would say the engine is a sweet sounding unit. It's not very bassy lower end, but once you get past the mid-range, it absolutely sounds like a rocket ship. The motor is very smooth, minus the vibes. Of course, there are the vibes which I have to deal with, unfortunately. Overall, I would say that the performance is really very nice. They should go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.5 seconds. Top speed is 230 kilometers per hour. Lot of wind blast to deal with at higher speeds, of course, because there is no windscreen visor on offer here, and the suspension is on the firmer side. Naturally, it has to be on the firmer side, otherwise how will you maintain high speed stability? It remains very stable at higher speeds, but unfortunately the ride quality is so freaking stiff at lower speeds. I mean, it really gets to you on bad roads. You can feel each and everything. Honestly, you can feel everything right on your back, but get onto the throttle in any gear and there is good amount of torque pull. So this 749cc engine produces 112 horsepower and of course 82 Newton meters of torque. What a punch from the motor! It absolutely flies. I love the engine. It is so freaking smooth. It's really very smooth for the most part, other than the fact that the vibes can be felt on the handlebar as well as the foot pegs and on the seat as well somehow. So they are there almost everywhere. Absolutely sensational, the acceleration. But the front end kind of feels loose, although the front is on the heavier side. This is a heavy motorcycle. It weighs around 215 kgs. That's the curb weight. And you know, when you push it harder on corners, you can feel the weight, but still the handling is good because it gives you good amount of feel and feedback. The brakes are just phenomenal. It uses Nissan calipers, 4-point Nissan calipers, obviously Nissan ABS as well, and the brakes, they offer real show footage stopping power. The only gripe is that these tires are kind of sucky. These Bridgestone Battle Axe tires, they don't offer the best of grip. Yeah, they could have done with more grip. First gear 107. So what do we have here? Of course, we've got 41mm KYB forks up front, which by the way, I'm not that wide or not that big because the Dominar now gets 43mm. Actually, Dominar always got 43mm, but KTMs have actually come with 43mm since the inception in the Indian market. And 43, okay, look at the throttle positioning and response, absolutely mind-numbing. But due to the wind blast, you can't really pull this motor hard and fast. So this front suspension isn't really very big, 41mm compared to 43mm on the single cylinder motorcycles from Bajaj Auto. However, they do the job pretty well, I would say. Makes the bike quite stable. We have 3 traction control modes as well, 1, 2 and 3. 1 is the least intrusive, which I'm riding on right now. You can turn it off as well. 3 is like for rain, of course. And that's not all. This motorcycle also has something known as Suzuki Easy Start. You don't have to keep the starter thumb pressed. All you have to do is click it once and it starts something again, which was seen on KTM motorcycles from 2017 onwards. However, the performance is absolutely mind-numbing. The pull from this motor, even after you lift up a bit, and if you're in the mid-range or in the top end, it will still going. It will still keep going ahead and ahead and ahead. That's the level of performance on offer. Absolutely insane. But it misses out on a slipper clutch, which is worrisome at this price point. Okay, the GSX-S750 is an absolutely phenomenal beast. I love this motorcycle a lot. I love the fact that it really pulls hard and fast. All the fuel economy could have been better. We are getting 15 kilometers per liter. It has got a 16-liter fuel tank, which isn't much, I would say. And I can feel the vibe in the tank as well as I lock my knees here. But the performance, the motor is absolutely sensational in an entirely different way altogether. The way it pulls is really very nice. It absolutely puts a big fat smile on your face. The engine is the highlight. The 4-cylinder engine, the way it sounds, the way it pulls, and of course the handling is also sweet. It's not in the same league as the Triumph Street Triple. No way, not even close. But forget all that and you realize that at 9.3 lakh rupees, this Japanese motorcycle in the middleweight offers a whole lot of fun and puts big smile on your face each and every time you open the throttle, because it is just so freaking sensational. What a motorcycle! Absolute beast. Yes, it is not as nimble as the Street Triple. It certainly isn't even close to the MT-09 in terms of handling. But yes, being a Japanese motorcycle, it has got the character. There is some amount of heating, of course, which can be felt on your legs in stop-go traffic. But out on the highway, this machine really excels big time. So guys, this is my review of the Suzuki GSX-S750, a motorcycle which feels really nice and fun to ride with a lot of performance to offer. This, my friends, is a motorcycle which will always ensure that you are hyper all the time, because the motor has such hyper power. Past the mid-range, it absolutely flies. I mean, first gear 112 is absolutely insane for a middleweight category motorcycle. So guys, if you like this video, you know what you have to do. Give it a thumbs up, that's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Yes, what am I saying? Why am I fumbling? I know this is the motorcycle effect. Let's downshift. Here we are into second gear, and I mean, any gear, open the throttle and it absolutely flies. Bye bye. Woo! Isn't very comfortable because you kind of sit a bit leaned in, so yeah, I'm not the most comfortable motorcycle, but oh my god, the performance is absolutely sensational, and so are the brakes. I love this machine, I absolutely love it, but then it costs slightly more than the V-Storm 650 and then budget problems, so this vlog is over.